So the demo for Hotel Architect was released last February 25 until March 9 of 2025. And because there were new things added to the game, you know I just had to give it a go. So, if you missed out on that one, then let me take this honor to take you on my hotelier journey. I first went through the Gothenburg storyline. Upon arriving at the destination, I was greeted by Anna,
Ahoy there!
a self-proclaimed guru and business coach. She's to assist me in achieving my ambitious goals.
Let's start by learning how to navigate your hotel.
After some basic tutorials on camera movement, setting up my hotel rooms, and employing my hotel staff, I've landed my very first guest booking
You've just landed your first guest booking.
and got my very first reward. Now, I've managed to unlock most of the things here. Unfortunately, some idiot forgot to press the record button.
What are you? An idiot sandwich.
So, the only bonus objectives left to do are having at least 30 guests check in, get at least $1 million in cash, and get at least 4 hotel stars. The 5 hotel stars is not yet achievable, so I'll worry about that next time. Huh, I swear this is new, and I love it already. Now eventually I did get to research most of the upgrades. I've also managed to climb towards $600,000 in cash, and if I was going to fit in 30 rooms in this hotel, I would have needed to remodel the place. So let me jump back into my save game and let's start building. Don't mind this. For some reason, the game wouldn't allow me to destroy this fully. I began constructing the new hotel on day 38. I've started with the entryway on the very corner of the property. I've also put in a dumpster on the other side of the property. And as always, I'd be using the whole space for the hotel. Time for some interior walls. If you've watched my previous hotel architect video, you probably saw me do this the last time. And I'll be honest, I really like how it looks, because it gives my staff a much more sense of privacy and security. I've also measured 3 receptionist desks to be placed. Now 3 might be a little overkill, but I'm expecting a lot of guests to come, so 3 would do just fine, I think. Next, I separated the restaurant from the lobby by putting this inner wall here. Then I filled in the rest of the property before adding in the inner walls to separate the bathroom, gym, staff room, maintenance room, laundry, and kitchen. The first room I made would be the staff room. The next room beside it would be the maintenance room. And the room beside that would be the comfort room. I've made the restaurant a little bit bigger too to cater for more guests. I've also thought about having a separate room for the showers, which I have put here with direct access from the gym. Now there was a lot of debating inside my head as I couldn't find the right sizes for my shower room and laundry room. I finally decided on the layout eventually, so well done me.
Nice.
I've also started to lay in windows around the first floor of the hotel, and as well as the doors in between the rooms. After that, I finished the inner walls to complete the layout of the gym and the kitchen. I've also added these floor-to-ceiling windows just to add a bit of aesthetic to the kitchen. It kind of gives the whole "we cook our food fresh" feel to it. After adding in more windows around the first floor, it was time for construction. All foundation floors were finally constructed by the following day. Thus began the zoning of the first floor. And while the rest of the construction was going on in the background, I took this time to blueprint the interior design of the hotel, starting with the staff room. After I've laid out the furniture for each of the zones, I then assigned my staff into their respective workplaces. And finally, it was time for the flooring and wallpaper. I've also decided that I will be using the elevator for this hotel, since this was new and I wanted to try it out. Once the wallpaper and flooring were placed, I then ordered some furniture to be placed in the lobby. I didn't put the reception desks yet, as I still need to make rooms for my guests, and try to get this elevator to work. And for that to happen, I had to make my second floor. I first needed access to the second floor, so I had these stairs placed in. Also, yes, I am aware that I am paying my construction team to stand and wait for orders. Once my construction team was able to place the flooring directly on top of the elevator, I was then able to place in the elevator at the second floor. And from here on out, it was just more interior walls. I won't bore you with the specific room designs. All you have to know is that I focus on backpackers and sporty guests. And given the situation that we need to fit and have 30 rooms checked in all at once, there will be a lot of small rooms. And by small, I mean small, like 2 by 2 small. And finally, after everything was built in, it was the start of my hotelier journey once again. My gosh, look at that debt ratio. Oh hey, look at that! My first few clients. And it looks like I have my first critic to my newly renovated hotel. I actually noticed that my rooms were a bit overpriced for my customers. Now I'll admit, it's because I use more of the fancy variants of the furniture. But it was a relief nonetheless that they're still willing to pay that much. But hey, if it's too much, you can leave a review on your way out. Right, Daniel? Speaking of, time to follow him around and see what works and what doesn't. Looks like the kitchen and restaurant's good because our boy was satisfied. Toilet, good. Seating, of course. Okay, I'll take note of that. Not sure why you didn't use the one on the second floor, but okay, I guess that is nearer to you. I wasn't able to follow him the next morning, but luckily I saw this. Garbage can, of course. Hold on a second. Did y'all see that? Run that again. Okay, something's wrong now. It happened again the following day. Alright, Daniel, tell me, what's wrong with my hotel? Seating and games. That's all? Not even going to mention the kitchen restaurant dilemma, huh? Alright then, I was observing my finances and well, let's just say that I'm just at break even with my expenses per day. It's okay, but it's not great. So it was time for me to add in a couple of rooms to start paying off my loan. Yes, I know, I still keep using the fancy variants. Look, the customers are still paying, and I don't fix what's not broken. Fabian arrived today as well, so I'll keep an eye out for what's still lacking in my hotel. And with cash on hand, more room was to be made available for more customers. Alright, Fabian, how was your stay? Okay, still the seating and gaming issue. I guess it's only the editing I'm at hero who sees a problem and not the playing I'm at hero. By day 50, Fabian has checked back in and I've doubled the available rooms since the grand opening. Okay, surely I'll make huge profits now. I hope. Oh my gosh, the gym is way too crowded. I'll have to take some notes on doubling the machines and equipment to shorten the lines and decrease waiting time. Okay, restaurant, let's see what needs to be done here. It happened again. I really have to do something about that because it's costing me money. The amount of cash I should be earning from the restaurant is not coming in. But you know, it's funny how editing Imatero quickly saw that, but playing Imatero is blind as a bat. I did get to confirm it with the devs eventually. Apparently, the new combo fridge is not restocking due to a bug. So I will change my fridges to just the regular big variant. Also, it's honestly probably why I can't get 3 stars in the early parts of the playthrough. Now I've got some time to finally renovate my gym. 3 of the new washer and dryer combo was just enough to keep the stock of the towels in the shower room up to par. So I went to cut the laundry room in half, adding the extra room to the gym. And like I said a minute ago, I've doubled the machines and equipment in the gym to cater to more gym goers in my hotel. Hopefully, that'll keep everyone happy. I got another revisit from Fabian on day 53. He's probably eager to see the changes I've made to the gym, compared to the last time he was there. As I was fixing up the last few rooms to complete the second floor, Fabian checked out and gave my hotel its very first 3-star rating. I don't know how it happened, but I'm glad it did. More stars means more money. I mean more guests. Seating is still an issue though. I know what you're thinking. I still need 6 more available rooms if I want to achieve the goal of having 30 guests check in all at the same time. And to that I say, just you wait. Another critic left the hotel unhappy on day 57. 2 stars. We're back at 2 stars. I actually thought of adding in another floor to accommodate the last 6 available rooms that I needed, but unfortunately, the game wanted me to figure it out the hard way. Oh, and hey, another 3-star review left by a critic on day 60. I've also managed to bring my debt ratio of 73% down to almost 50%. Yay! On day 61, I've started another renovation on the second floor of the hotel. This time, I'm making space for those 6 available rooms that I needed. So, most of the rooms here on the second floor will become smaller. Don't worry, it's all for the goal. After which, I'll revert back to its spacious rooms. Day 62 and it all boils down to the last room to be converted into 2 smaller rooms. I can't wait for him to check out, so I just had to become a manager and forcibly kick him out of his room. And by the end of the day, the last 2 available rooms have been booked by guests. And not for long, I've gotten the achievement. So it was just a matter of getting $1 million in cash and having a 4-star hotel rating. Another 2-star review on day 63. And finally, I've added in the sofas the critics have been requesting since the launch of the hotel. I was honestly starting to question myself what day I actually added them in. No other renovations were made, so I'll just keep you guys updated with my critic reviews. On day 66, I got a 3-star rating from Alexa.
No other renovations were made, so I'll just keep you guys updated with my critic reviews.
Okay, I lied, but I think this was the last one. On day 69, I got a 3-star rating from Fabian. On day 72, I got a 2-star rating from Marianne. On day 75, I got a 3-star rating from Daniel. And on day 78, I got a 3-star rating from Alexa. I've also got to repay my debt in full by day 78. So now there was only one clear goal, and that is the road to $1 million in cash. I'm amazed by how it took playing iMaterial long to finally reach out to the devs and ask about the meat combo fridge bug. But finally on day 87, I changed my fridges to just the big variant. I honestly have no idea why I kept pushing oysters in the menu when I don't even have access to the sunbathers and brat guests. By day 90, I got a 3-star rating from Daniel and managed to climb to the $300,000 mark. Only $700,000 to go. By day 93, I got a 3-star rating from Alexa. And as soon as she left, I began some construction. Now, of course, sporty guests pay more than backpackers. That's why I decided to revert to the spacious room. Again, I honestly thought I'd change them back immediately after I got the reward. But no, I decided to wait roughly 30 days after. And on day 94, I've finished the last room. And I was very happy with how things look right now.
It was perfect. Perfect.
On day 96, I've gotten the highest 3-star rating from Alexa. and another on day 99, this time coming from Daniel. I won't keep you long as this basically happens from here on out, so I'll just keep you updated with the amount of dollars in cash since that is my goal, which honestly will not take long to update you guys with. By day 101, I've hit the $500,000 mark. By day 104, I've hit the $600,000 mark. By day 108, I've hit the $700,000 mark. By day 112, I've hit the $800,000 mark. By day 116, I've hit the $900,000 mark. And finally, by day 119, I did it. I got the reward for having $1 million in cash. And for old time's sake, on day 120, I got the highest 3-star rating from Daniel Harsh. I guess that's it for now in Gothenburg. Pack your bags, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to Santorini. But first things first, since I am in a new place now, how about a name upgrade, yes? Yes. Hence, I'm at Hero World Resorts was born. Upon arriving at Santorini, I was once again greeted by Anna.
A warm welcome to Santorini.
You know, I was honestly expecting someone new, but I guess Anna is also a world-renowned business guru and coach.
It's time to set up your very first bar.
I thought she'd spoon-feed me all the way like in Gothenburg, but I guess not. Oh well.
Now I'll leave you with the objectives needed to complete the scenario. Good luck!
Okay, first thing on the list, AC upgrades. Huh, that's interesting. I guess the upgrades are different per location, which totally makes sense. Alright, I'll start researching on the AC. Let me look at the achievements here in Santorini. Alright, interesting. Again, all are doable except the 5 hotel star rating one. Okay, so for mission purposes, I went and made a very big room on the right side of the reception area. By the way, kinda cool that the reception is located at the 2nd floor. Also, by missions purposes, I mean, this won't be the final hotel design. I do intend to make my own, just like what I did in Gothenburg. And since there's 2 new guests available for this playthrough, namely the Brat and Sunbathers, this newer room will cater to them. The bigger room on the left is for the Brat, and the smaller room on the right is for the Sunbather. And since both guests require exterior windows, that's what I added in next. I've also added in an ensuite bathroom for the Brat room and the Sunbather room. And for the rest of the day, I just watched the construction team finish everything I put into Blueprint, including the flooring and wallpapers. Oh, look at that! Someone's swimming in the ocean. Alright, now on day 2, I started zoning in the bedrooms and bathrooms. I've also started placing in the furniture per room. And because I needed to place in 2 air conditioners for the mission, I did just that. Sweet!
Well done.
Surf Simulator is now unlocked.
Task on your to-do list is serving bar drinks. To make that happen, you'll need to build a bar zone, create a drink menu, and install the necessary equipment for your selected drinks. And of course, no bar is complete without a dedicated bartender.
Alright, the bar will be next. And since the left side of the reception was looking rather empty, I built the future bar room there. As soon as the room was built, I zoned in the bar and purchased some furniture to be placed in, such as the cash register and bar tables. After that, I hired my first ever bartender. I sent my construction team home on day 3 as all work was done today. Also got my first critic at Santorini. So far so good. Oh hey, 10 occupied bedrooms at the same time, done and dusted. Nice, 3 hotel stars, done. Serve 5 drinks in a bar zone, check. The next one on the list is for sunbathers to use the sunbed, and I only have 2. So I might just have to add to that, only if I know where they are. Fortunately for us, the devs recently posted in their Discord that there's going to be a new eyedropper tool for us to use in the future. I've also started with going through the upgrade tree since it was one of the achievements in the game. I don't remember getting those, but okay, thanks, I guess. I've also added in more windows in the computer-generated rooms so I could have more sunbather guests visit the hotel. And because I got to unlock the next upgrade for my bar menu, I added in another drink that would then cater to all types of guests, unlocking another achievement in the game. Neon sign, sweet! Now faint, damn it, I already removed the ACs in the room. Now that I actually had more sunbathers coming in, the next goal was being completed faster. Only 5 more to go, and I still haven't seen where the sunbeds are. Outdoor, of course. Why did I think of that? I know, a little too much, but that's fine. Didn't even notice it, but the critic left today, leaving me a 2-star review. The whole waiting for Shirley to faint experiment for the achievement might have actually hurt me more than I'd hoped. On the flip side, I did get to achieve the 3rd goal.
Wow, your hotel is shaping up really nicely. Now you just need to attract those brats. Reach 4 stars and ensure you have bedrooms that meet their specific requirements.
Tell you what, bedroom done, now I just need 4 stars. Let's go get it. And for me to get that, I should stop it with trying to get Shirley to faint. And if I also want to get 4 stars, I should start building the surf and golf simulators to add to the amenities the critics can enjoy. And so I made a 4x8 room by the beach where some of the sunbeds were located. I know it's not the most aesthetic placement, but I'm just doing this for the achievements. Now we're in business. I better get a high review, Fabian. 3-star review. Good. 1 more star to go. I took in a loan on day 10 to get more upgrades done. As I was about to click on the latest upgrade for the laundry room on day 12, I unlocked a new reward from an achievement. Guests use a surf simulator 10 times. Done and dusted. Safe to say, I also finished the laundry room upgrade tree today, and as I finished researching my next upgrade for the restaurant tree, I unlocked another reward from an achievement. 10 upgrades, check. Hey yo, new reward, 4 stars, let's go. Material World Resorts is now ready for its first bratty guest. And here we are, Mr. Draco Logan. Not gonna lie, even the name sounds so bratty. Oh hey, I did it! Cause a character to faint from extreme heat, check Karuni. And it's not even Shirley, lol. Okay, now I've got to stop lollygagging and start combating the heat. Material World Resort's name and reputation is at risk. On day 15, I've upgraded the laundry room to the top tier machines. And look at that, another satisfied critic left, leaving a 4-star review. Not only that, but Mr. Logan left soon after, which means get your first review from a brat done and dusted, completing the main objectives. But I'm not yet done here. I consider myself a completionist, and so complete this scenario to the best that I can, I will. Reaching the review score of 80% for both brats and sunbathers are going to take some time, admittedly. And if anything, the more brats and sunbathers there are checking in at the same time would make this a whole lot faster. So, you probably have an idea where I'm going with this. And aside from that, I just need to research all upgrades and get at least $1 million in cash, which are really all very doable. Nothing too hard for me to handle. On day 16, I've paid off my 90k loan. Didn't really think I needed to take out a loan in the first place, but whatever. And by the morning of day 17, I've technically finished the upgrades for the restaurant tree. And I say technically because remember during this time the fridge meat combo was still bugged out. On day 19, Daniel Harsh left me a 3-star rating. On day 20, I finished all the upgrades under the bedroom tree. The other 2 upgrades are not yet in-game, so I couldn't research them at all. And by day 22, I've completed the miscellaneous upgrades. Just 2 more trees, then I can start focusing on building the resort of my dreams. Marianne also left that day, giving me another 3-star rating. On day 25, Marianne left the hotel, leaving a 4-star rating. Finally got my access back with the brats.
Nice.
Oh, and I've also finished the financial tree upgrade later that day. One last tree to go. In preparation for big renovations coming in soon, I decided to take a $600,000 loan from a quality bank on day 28. I've also slowly began deconstructing some bedrooms as well. Later that day, Daniel Harsh has once again left me with another 3-star rating. I don't know what I was thinking, but for some reason, I decided once again to take out another loan, this time from a quick loan expert, amounting to roughly about $500,000, which accidentally giving me the $1 million in cash achievement. I actually didn't know that was a thing, but believe me, I'll get it the proper way, and not by loaning. I'll work extra hard for that $1 million in cash achievement. And can I just say, about $32,000 in daily expenses in debt alone was pretty chad of me. That second loan was pretty ballsy. And now that the last few guests have checked out, it was time for renovations. But I'll cut this first attempt short as things really got out of hand, and well, let's just say I was in for a rude awakening.
Mayday! Mayday! You really need to get your finances in order ASAP! Due to your high debt ratio, a bankruptcy filing has been initiated. If you fail to cover your debts with your assets before the countdown ends, your hotel will be forced to close.
And not for long. Oh, I'll restart alright. But not from the beginning. Just before I decided to destroy everything. Which brings me back to day 29. The first thing I did was to undo everything that I marked for deconstruction. I'll have to tackle this one little step at a time, and for the love of everything good, pay off the other debt because that $32K daily expense was killing my business. And now that I've reverted everything back to the way it was, I just operated the hotel as if nothing happened. But already planning for the big renovations, which happened off screen in my trusty handy dandy Excel worksheet. So I initially thought of having the reception at the middle of things, pretty much like a clubhouse to a private resort, then have small cabins near the beach, and like a hotel building at the other end of the lot, overlooking the whole resort. But given the size of the lot and the things I'm given to work with, I don't think I'll be able to pull it off. Or maybe I can and I just got lazy to go with it. But anyways, I scratched that idea and just went with the general idea of having the reception area in the middle of the lot, and then having the hotel opposite of the beach. That's all I had planned, and the rest would eventually just happen as I went through the game. I like how it all turned out, and I hope you guys like it too. But enough with that, let's get to building. So, after cleaning out the corner in front of the lot here, I started to build the first few rooms of the resort. Once the initial rooms have been built, I added in a bathroom. This would basically serve as a standard room for the sporty guests. I've also put in the flooring and wallpaper for the bedroom and the bathroom. Again, serving as a standard and will be used for all other rooms. For the interior, I will not be using the high-end furniture for the backpackers and sporty guests, just so the rooms wouldn't be way too much for the respective guests' budget. I will, however, use them for the sunbathers and the brats because I know they can afford them. On day 31, as I was making room for the renovations to take place, Fabian left me a 4-star hotel rating. Oh boy, I certainly can get used to this. Because all the rooms would just look the same, I will skip ahead to when I make the backpackers room, or when the next rating comes in. I honestly forgot which came first, lol. Alright, by this time around, I have already cleared the first and second floor of this area right here to make enough room for the new rooms. For the backpacker rooms, it will be a 2x2 room and will have the most basic of the furniture. Floor tiles and wallpapers will still be the same as the other rooms in this building. I forgot, I also made this 2x3 room. Call it a backpacker room deluxe if you want to, but again, nothing fancy. Just a slightly bigger room than the other variant. So far, this is the initial design for all my backpacker rooms. And again, I'll be placing in any items such as fans, carpets, and windows, just so I can maximize the price my guests would pay per night. Now, in all honesty, I could leave them like so, but how would guests access the second floor, right? So I'll make a common hallway area for the rooms. And while I was dressing up the common hallway on day 34, Daniel Harsh left me with my very first 0-star rating. Talk about harsh! Good thing that just brought me down to 3 hotel stars. Though admittedly, I think that's my fault, because I had so much walls torn down, lol. So this is basically what it looks like. I'll have to repeat this on the northwest corner of the lot, and 2 more times for the second floor of both corners. I forgot if I made the third floor, but second floor for sure. It's day 36 and I finally cleared out the rest of the old building on the northwest corner. So I'll speed through the whole building process. Please enjoy. And while I was placing the wallpapers in the rooms, another critic left, leaving me another 0-star rating. What on earth is going on? Anyways, interior was up next, so I laid in the beds, dressers, and case stands. After a little while, I have now 6 new rooms available for checking in. It also occurred to me that I actually have no common bathrooms available for guests. Maybe that's why I wasn't getting any stars. That's why on day 38, I built a temporary common bathroom on top of the simulator room. It ain't much, but I really hope it does the trick to get my stars back. I will make a better bathroom, but I'd have to demolish and rebuild most of the things you see here in one go. Day 39 and I got the debt warning sign again.
Debt ratio is increasing and may soon enter dangerous territory. Consider cutting expenses or using an opportunity card to boost your hotel's profitability.
I wasn't confident with the opportunity card, and so I just repaid one of the loans that I got, dropping my debt ratio from 80% to 69%.
Yeah, boy.
I swear, you can't make this stuff up. What a coincidence. Not entirely sure if it was really the bathroom problem, but just like that, I'm back, baby. It also took me a while, but on day 40, I decided to continue with the research upgrades to finish that bonus objective. And on day 43, another 3-star review. Well, certainly better than a 0, I guess. It's been a while since my last bonus objective achievement, but by the rate of the sunbather guests I was having, the 80% review score was imminent. What'd I say? Just 2 more bonus objectives and I'm done. Well, that and getting the $1 million in cash fair and square. Now, if I wanted to get at least 80% review score on brats, I would need to provide rooms for them. So, to cut this long playthrough short, I'll jump to when I started renovations because I really forgot when I started them, to be honest, lol. I started with the addition of the second floor. I'd skip out on the rooms since they're technically the same as the first floor, But what's new here is that I added this common bathroom that would also serve as a bridge for the two residential buildings. And spoiler alert, the main building would also connect here. So yeah, on to the main renovations. I'll also need to point this out that on day 64, I finally finished all the research upgrades, granting me the Greek pillar as a reward. The main renovations started with the gym on the front right corner of the property. And since there's no pool in the game, I decided to put the surf simulator towards the back corner of the gym, which would also have a view of the beach once I lay in the windows. I also decided to make a shower area here as well. After I zoned in the gym and the bathroom area, it was time for interior decorating, which just required me to transfer items from the old gym to the new one. And if you're wondering, I have a plan for the golf simulator. Just you wait. Next, the shower area. And after a while, this is what I had. Now to the tricky part. The lobby, staff room, maintenance room, kitchen, bar, and restaurant. I know, right? How on earth do I fit all those here? Well, you have to keep on watching if you want to find out. But before that, Alexa gave me a 3-star rating on day 74. Not like it matters, I just wanted to share it with you guys. It's day 76 and the building is taking shape. I've removed the kitchen and the restaurant on the first floor, and have removed some bedrooms and the bar on the second floor. Oh, and as you can see here, I've really fallen for the elevator. I love that the devs added this to the game. What's left is to transfer the reception area from the second floor to the first floor. And once I've got to lay out everything, it was time to relocate the reception area to the first floor. So as I work on the kitchen, you can see here the layout I've decided to work with. I've got the staff room next to the elevator, beside it is the maintenance room, and across that is the laundry room. And employees get to access these rooms through their own private entryway at the back. And below the laundry room is the public washroom with an access via the reception area and restaurant. It's small, I know, but it works. This area would be the kitchen, but you already know that by now. And the big room is temporarily shared between the restaurant and the bar. And I say temporarily because, well, again, you'll need to keep watching to find out. Now, I'm skipping out on most of the flooring and wallpaper here because I don't think it's that important to share. So yeah, I'll skip towards the finished design. And voila. I also changed the outdoor area here because why not, right? I'm changing everything else, so I might as well. I've also put a small seating area here for those who don't want to sunbathe but still want to enjoy the view of the beach. And after all that, it was just more landscaping. So I'll just show some few clips of it. Okay, debt ratio check. And boy, it wasn't pretty. I somehow went back to the 70s. And one way to bring it down is by adding more rooms, especially the high value ones. So next on my agenda is the sunbather and brat rooms. And like I said earlier, I will be connecting the residential building to the main building via a walkway on the second floor. Pretty cool idea if you ask me. Now this really took me a very long time to think about as the foundation had a weird shape to it. But I did try my best to make things work. So I started out with a door. I wanted to separate the resting area with the elevator lobby. Next, I dragged out a room for a sunbather. I know this won't be the final design of it. I will change it eventually because I think I made it a little bit bigger here. And so most often than not, brats would check in this room. And I didn't want that because I wouldn't be able to maximize the profit for the brat, and a sunbather wouldn't enjoy paying so much premium on the room either. And for someone who wants everything in proportion, this was a hard pill to swallow. But like I said, I did try my best to make do with what I had. Renovating one more time would just be the end of this mission once and for all. I failed it once, and I don't want to fail a second time around. This big room I will split in two. I really tried, okay? I know it's not pretty and all, but can you just... Okay? And of course, brats do require an ensuite bathroom, so I did just that. And as well as the sunbathers. And once I've put in all the doors and windows, it's construction time. I think this will take a long time even if I fast forward it, so I'll just skip most of the construction parts. Oh, and I also changed this bit here. I wanted to achieve what I made earlier with the surf simulator, but this time with the golf simulator. Though I know it wouldn't matter, but you know, I'd like to think that a guest would enjoy the simulator more if they had the view of the ocean while playing golf. To spare you guys of the details, and to make the long story short, after I've zoned in the bathrooms and the bedrooms, I chose the higher end interiors for both the sunbathers and the brats, simply because they can afford them. And speaking of high end, on day 101, I finally achieved the last bonus objective of getting at least 80% reviews with the brat guests. So anyways, by the end of the build, I had these for their rooms. Oh, and hey, another 4-star rating on day 107.
Nice.
I think I have one more room to add in because it was getting too cramped in the restaurant. And so on day 110, I decided to move the bar to the 3rd floor, having a 180-degree view overlooking the ocean. Nice, right? Yeah, I love this idea of mine as well. And of course, this will only be accessible via the elevator. The stairwell is temporary only. Now, I decided to keep it simple for the flooring and wallpaper. I used the same flooring I've been using for every common area. And for the wallpaper, I used a plain black wallpaper since I'll add in windows eventually, and use this wallpaper for the bar area. Once that was done, I then transferred all the bar things to the 3rd floor. And once there was space, I added in more tables in the restaurant so that I can cater to more guests. By this time around, I did some more minor changes to the hotel, especially with the flooring and some wallpaper. So you'll eventually notice that my flooring aren't wood anymore, and I did decide on choosing the marble floorings and wallpapers to have a more bougie effect. I mean, come on, 4 stars. I have to walk the talk. And from there, I just focus on my goal of $1 million in cash. So you know what this means. Time to update y'all with my cash status. But per 100k like I did in Gothenburg just seems too many. So I'll cut it quite short and do it by the quarter instead. But before anything else, finally, on day 120, I became debt-free. Alright, now to the cash status. Okay, I lied. For some reason, I wasn't able to record the moment I hit the $250,000 mark and the $750,000 mark. But on day 131, I was able to hit the $500,000 mark. And a 4-star rating from Fabian. And finally, on day 142, I did it. I achieved $1 million in cash. And to end things properly, like how I always do, another 4-star rating given to me by Marianne on day 143. And now there's just one more thing to do. Time to get my 4-star hotel rating in Gothenburg. So all I actually need to reach 4 stars is to add a bar. And since I cannot use the 3rd floor, I guess I'll just have to squeeze it in the restaurant somehow. I'll have to get rid of these tables here, zone in the bar, and make a drink menu appreciated by backpackers, sporty, and sunbathers, since they're my current guests in the hotel. And now all that's left is to wait for the next critic. Alright, Fabian, let's finish this once and for all. How's your stay? The painting of Gothenburg for achieving 4 stars. Where to next? Oh, what's this? I guess I'll need to brush up on my French. Because Paris, here I come. Amatero World Resorts are now expanding to Paris. And now that I've arrived in Paris, Anna has set me up with a set of tasks to do. First on the list is to restore and clean the neglected floor by removing worn out items and adding new wall materials. May I just say, this eyedrop tool is a breath of fresh air. My reward for the first task was this pool table I've often seen before from my critics. Glad to see this finally coming into the game. Definitely a great addition to the game room I'm planning. The next task was for me to have business guests conduct 10 meetings in a conference room. And I think this small space will do for now. Once I got the conference room up, it was just a matter of getting to 3 hotel stars to get the business guests arriving at the hotel lobby. Now of course, I didn't sit there idly, waiting for the next critic to come and for my 3 hotel star review. Instead, I went on to finish the floor by adding in 4 more hotel rooms. May I also note that compared to my Gothenburg and Santorini videos, I won't be making big renovations to the generated hotel. I'll be simply adding things as I go, but never deconstructing the whole thing. Also, just an idea, and I don't want to sound too demanding, but maybe a copy room button of some sort? I'm just saying. That would save a whole lot of time copying one item and switching in between floors multiple times. Oh hey, I unlocked a new restaurant menu item from serving 10 meals at the restaurant. Cool. I almost forgot that I'm in a new location, so I'd need to start researching on the upgrades once again. And on day 4, as soon as the critic left, I've achieved the 3 hotel stars I needed. I also got to unlock this hotel sign. And can I just say, I am loving this new UI for the critic review window. Very awesome job by the devs indeed. There's finally much more information given where I could be lacking and not just a percentage of things. And on day 5, I've got it. I unlocked the tea station from having 10 business guests conduct meetings in the conference room. And on the morning of day 6, I've finished my research on the laundry room upgrades and have started my research on the restaurant upgrades. Oh hey, and I unlocked this new carpet from serving 25 cups of coffee. On the morning of day 7, I upgraded my washing machines to the washer-dryer combo variant to save space. I've also done some minor reorganization because I would be making a temporary spa room right here. And oh, Alexa gave me my second 3 hotel stars review on day 7 as well. And since I'd be needing a bar to get to 4 stars, I decided to use this corner over here as my bar. I know we just came from having a rooftop bar with a view of the Aegean Sea, but there's nothing grand here in Paris, aside from the amenity level I'm thinking about. Alexa came back on day 10 giving me another 3 hotel stars review. At this point, I also decided to make the 4 big rooms into 4 smaller rooms, just so I could cater for more guests at the hotel. Plus, I needed the money, so go figure. I got the safe as a reward for having 10 bedrooms occupied at the same time on day 11, and achieved my third task of guests completing 10 spa sessions and got the vanity table as a reward on day 12. Now it's time to attract the upper crust, which would entail 5 hotel stars. Based on Daniel's critic reviews on days 13 and 16, I'd need to improve on different hotel criteria if I wanted to get those 4 and eventually 5 hotel stars. And so once I finished researching for my restaurant upgrades, I went on to focus on the bedroom upgrades next. Again, I received another 3 hotel star review from Daniel on day 19. On day 20, I've also finished my new spa room, which features its own hot tub room, shower room, massage room, and a mud room. So what did I do with the old spa room, you may ask? Well, let's not forget that I also get sunbather guests occasionally, and so I turned it into a tanning room. On day 22, I got another 3 hotel star review from Fabian this time. The spa, restaurant, and bar got higher ratings now. Just a few more tweaks and I'd be getting those 4 hotel stars I badly want. I've finished researching on my bedroom upgrades on day 23. Next up, miscellaneous. Because once you start using those elevators, you never want to use the stairs again. Time now to add in that game room I spoke of. Well, it's really more than just a game room, since this would feature the surf simulator, and I'd be moving the tanning beds in the smaller room as well. The first step was to just place all the items I wanted to have in the game room. So, I've got the pool table, the surf simulator, the golf simulator, the arcade machine, the boxing machine, the Waka stub, even though I don't cater to backpackers, and eventually the dartboard. I also wanted to have those floor-to-ceiling windows you always see me use so people walking along the corridors could see through the room. I'm now just adding in a couple of things, but here's what it looks like so far. I also decided to have a small reading or library area with direct access to the conference room. I've also started to change some things at the restaurant as well. Along with that is a bigger bar area, and new floor tiles and wallpaper. And the last room to be added to the amenity floor was the gym. I think I could have added in a small shower room towards the back where the treadmills are, but maybe next time. With the last upgrade remaining, I've finished the miscellaneous upgrade tree on day 33. The 5th and 6th week have been the most busy the hotel was, as there were a lot of renovations happening. Moving the laundry room down to the lobby area, but near the elevator for faster access for cleaners, to change sheets and replace towels, moving the staff room and the maintenance room, and putting on new floor tiles and wallpaper again, to have that bougie effect. I don't have the 5 hotel stars yet, but you can say that I'm manifesting it as early as now. And now that I've cleared the second floor, it was time for a makeover. My idea was to just have one main corridor that goes around, overlooking the pocket garden on the ground floor. And once all had been put into blueprint, it was time for construction. It goes without saying that zoning and furniture came next. And finally, on day 40, Daniel Harsh gave me my first ever 4 hotel stars, unlocking the red carpet simulator, which I've gone to add in the game room right beside the golf simulator. On the night of day 43, I went and remodeled the 3rd floor. It would basically have the same layout as the 2nd floor, but the only difference is that the furniture would be the basic ones, to cater to the sporty, business, and sunbather guests, since the furniture I use on the 2nd floor only attracted the brat guests. So anyways, here's another speed build of it. Once that was done, I've also started to expand on my penthouse level. Since this will be the penthouse, I'm thinking that the upper crust guests should be the majority of this level. And so, I'll have to sleep on that floor design because one of the requirements of the upper crust is a room with at least a size of 35. And with the given shape that I was given, it wasn't as easy as building a 7x5 rooms. I mean, sure it can, but where's the creativity in that, right? And to end day 46, Marianne gave me another 4 hotel star review. Before I proceed with the playthrough, let me take this time to just thank each and every one of you who took time off your schedules to support me. As the game's about to come out this May 2025, I am unsure if I should buy the game and continue to make content out of it. But if you've made it this far into the video and you want me to be sure about it, then how about giving this video a like, sharing it with a friend or two, and subscribing to the channel, as that really helps me out a lot too. Anyways, again, thank you so much for the support and may God continue to bless you and your loved ones. I just noticed that we aren't coming back to Gothenburg because there's no load button like in Paris. That would mean I'd have to experience the Gothenburg storyline all over again. But unfortunately, I do not have the leisure of time with how busy things were as of the late. Oh, I don't know why I didn't get this the last time, but hey, I unlocked the ironing board because I've made 5 floors. Alright, time to focus on the penthouse. There will be a total of 4 big upper crust rooms in this floor, and because there's still space afterwards, I'll also be putting up 3 smaller sporty guest rooms. The endgame room values, if I'm not mistaken, are going to be about $3,000 per sporty guest room, and about $12,000 per upper crust room. So in total, this floor alone generates me an income of roughly $57,000 per night. Anyways, here's another speed build of the penthouse floor. I added in a new cashier in the bar since the line was becoming long. This is interesting. Let me work on that. Bad temper and a shouter. Oh boy, do I have a plan for you. And since I needed a total of 30 rooms being occupied all at the same time, I started to vacate the 3rd floor because I'd have to renovate it to fit a total of 15 new rooms dedicated to the sporty guests, business guests, and sunbathers. Oh, I did it! I unlocked the stone art by making my hotel haunted. Alexa may have been low-key a thrill seeker because right after that haunting, she gave me a 5 hotel star review, giving me access to the richest bunch the game has to offer, the upper crust. I also got to finish the upgrades under the financials tree on day 57. Now you might wonder, "Hey Matiro, how are you doing that? You're just plopping rooms down left and right as if you've done this." Well, to tell you the truth, I have done this. It's just that in the first recording, my PC BSOD. And for those who's going to ask, B what now? BSOD. BSOD. Or simply known as Blue Screen of Death. And so I had to redo everything from day 50. But anyways, you're not here to watch my suffering. You're here to watch Hotel Architect. And so here's another speed build. Please enjoy. And as you saw there during the speed build, I got to finish my fourth and final task of getting my first review from an upper crust, unlocking the grand piano, and finishing the storyline of Paris. But as always, it doesn't end there. I would like to achieve all bonus objectives and receive all bonus rewards. And well, it was just about time as day 60 rolls in. I achieved the get 30 occupied bedrooms all at the same time, unlocking the Parisian flowers. And while finishing my last upgrade tree, I managed to achieve to get at least an upper crust score of 80%, unlocking a new wallpaper. And finally, during the wee hours of day 67, I have researched all possible upgrades the game offered. Since I also needed to build a total of at least 5 upper crust rooms, I had to remove half of this floor in order to place in 2 more upper crust rooms and a couple of sporty guest rooms. And upon the removal of the bathtub, I received my third to the last bonus objective of having $1 million in cash. As you saw in the speed build, I did achieve my second to the last bonus objective of building at least 5 upper crust rooms. And from here on out, I just went on to maximizing the profits per room with the brats. And with one last bonus objective to go, there was no time to dilly-dally. And dilly nor dally I did. As soon as I got my $1 million, once again, I purchased the motherlode of all artworks, the Mona Lisa. Unlocking the Baroque carpets. I've gotta say, this does look beautiful. And that is all there is to do in Paris. Now, as much as I'd want to go back to Gothenburg and get the 5 hotel stars to unlock the Dala horse, I simply don't have the luxury of time in my hands. But who knows, maybe if 100 people like this video, I can consider buying the game when it comes out. Again, thank you so much for your support, and I wish you all nothing but the best life can offer. May God continue to bless you all, peace, and have a wonderful day. I'm Imitiro, and I'll see you guys on the next video.